My name is Leslie Edward Claypool, but I'm known as Les Claypool. I was named after my grandfather, Leslie Edward Simoni, Italian man. The reason I believe it, I was named after my grandfather is my parents were very young. My mom was 17 years old when I was born. My father, he always liked to say, when I was born, that he was 19 years old, he had a mortgage payment, a car payment, and a payment on a washer and dryer. So because they were so young, they had to sort of appease my grandfather, and they thought, well, what better way than to name a little bugger after him? So years later, we're all sitting around the table. It was Thanksgiving or Christmas or something. I'm sitting there with my grandfather, and he looks over at me and he says, you know, I always felt sorry for you being named after me, because I never did like my name. So I thought that was pretty good. I'm best known for playing with the band Primus. Primus was once a very popular group in the sort of underground cult scene. That's who I am. For me, the most exciting part of my career was befriending and subsequently collaborating with a good number of my musical heroes. Pilcher Squad. Yes, Pilcher Squad. I remember watching a documentary on the Beatles. They were talking about how in the late 60s, there was a detective in London named Sergeant Norman Pilcher. I believe it was 1968. He went after John Lennon and searched his apartment and found some hashish. Now, John Lennon always said that it wasn't his, it was never there, but they found it anyway. The following year, he did a similar thing to George Harrison. And then in 1972, Sergeant Pilcher himself was convicted and spent 6 years in prison for planting evidence on people. So I thought this was an interesting story and would be good fodder for a song, a Primus song, and it became the song Pilcher Squad.